Alrighty, it is now my pleasure to introduce our moderator for this evening. She is the founder and CEO of Freedom Fund USA, a nonprofit that protects freedom and national security, and is the host of Freedom Talks, a podcast show designed to educate Americans on key freedom and national security issues. She is also a political strategist for Fox News Radio and an Academy Fellow at the Heritage Foundation. She is also currently serves on the board of Park Cities Republican Women as the VP of Campaigns. Let's please give a warm welcome for Ashley Smith Thomas.
Be here this evening. Can you all hear me okay? Perfect. All right. Can you talk louder? There we go. All right. Well, I want to thank all the candidates this evening for being here. And first, I want to introduce our candidates to you all. But before we get started, here's how the forum is going to be done this evening. So each candidate is going to have 1 minute and 30 seconds to introduce yourselves. Then each question, you will only be given 60 seconds to answer. We have a clock right there, and it's going to be hardcore stop at 60 seconds. Then as we close, you'll be given 60 seconds to give your closing statement. So I'd like to start off with introducing. Here we have Antonio Swad, Darrell Day, Brad Namdar, Justin Webb, Nathan Davis, and Edward. So we are going to get this show on the road. So let's start with Antonio. Antonio, please give us 1 minute and 30-second intro. Yes, please.
Check. All right. How's everyone doing? Good, I hope. I want to tell you, first of all, I'm thankful for the opportunity. I'm thankful to Benji and the Dallas Jewish Conservatives, and of course I want to thank the folks in the Dallas County Republican Party, Susan and Jennifer, for the guidance that they've offered me in this process. My name is Antonio Swad. It's an odd name, just remember it rhymes with odd, Swad. Someone told me if you do that, give people a little hook to remember, they'll remember. So there you go. I'm 65 years old. I've been in Texas almost 40 years. As the story goes, I got here as soon as I could. I came to Texas pulling a trailer with $11,000 saved and a dream. I was fortunate enough to be born in the greatest country in the world, hands down, no question about that, with the most opportunity. And that opportunity is one of the things that's under attack, and we're going to talk about that tonight. I started in the pizza business. Pizza company was called Pizza Patron, and it grew. It served the Hispanic community. It grew to a national chain. We learned to franchise that, eventually sold the company. Along the way, I started another company, a little chicken wing operation called Wingstop. Who knew, right? Chicken wings would be the center of the plate. Grew that into the most successful and largest chicken wing chain in the country. I'd like to tell you more, but I'm out of time, and this lady means business.
Hi, I'm Darrell Day, as in a new day for Congress, and thank you all for loving our country enough to come out this evening. And if you're a little confused, you might have wandered into the wrong theater, and Kingsman is showing on Theater 4 down the way. You basically are hiring managers tonight. This is basically the world's weirdest interview. We've got 6 candidates vying for the position, and you're the hiring manager. So let me tell you the 5 things from my resume, 5 bullet points from my resume. I'm a pro-life Christian. I'm a pro-America conservative. One of my supporters described me as a little like President Trump, but with more finesse. I don't know about the finesse part. Number 3, I am a long-time business owner. I was in the media briefly, and then I've run a business. I've owned a business for 23 years. I'm a devoted family man, 4 kids, 4 grandkids. My wife is here, my brilliant and classy wife. Could you stand up and wave there, Ginger?
Hey, Ginger.
She and I celebrate our 20th wedding anniversary this summer. We had thought about Hawaii, but how does a campaign stop at a Denny's sound for a 20? The last thing is that this isn't my first rodeo. I've been an elected official. I've been a GOP precinct chair. I've been a delegate to the GOP state convention. And again, a new day for Congress.
Well, hello there. I'm Brad Namdar. It's good to see so many friends and faces. I'm going to be honest with you guys tonight because it's difficult when you think about as a candidate, how do you introduce yourself? So I want you to know a little bit more about me as a person. I'm a first-generation American, native Texan. I was born in Dallas. I grew up in Plano and in Texas 32. It encompasses Collin County now as well, where I'm from. My mother and father immigrated here from Iran before the fall of the Shah. And they understood what it's like to see their country go to the most radical, terrorist-sponsored regime in the world. They worked hard. They got married. They had kids. I have an older sister. She's the favorite. And they had me. My wife is Pia Namdar. She was born in Mexico, came here to Highland Park, became a U.S. citizen in 2016, and is a proud Red voter ever since. And Texas 32 needs a candidate that is principled, prepared, and practical, and that you know is a Republican. That is a Republican that will get the job done. I'm 33 years old. North Texas is all I know. Collin County, Dallas County, Denton County, a little bit of it is now the new Texas 32. If we take this election lightly, we will lose. But if we take it seriously, we're going to flip this seat faster than you can imagine. I'm Brad Namdar. I hope to have your vote. Thank you.
Hello everyone, thank you for being here. My name is Justin Webb. I am a 7th-generation Texan, born in Texarkana, went to high school down in Tyler. After I graduated high school, kind of looked around in East Texas. There wasn't a lot of opportunity out there. So I enlisted in the Marine Corps at the age of 19. Hoorah. Super fine. I got to my first unit just in time to get deployed to the invasion of Iraq back in 2003. Spent a year in Japan after that, went to SMU for undergrad, got commissioned in the Navy afterwards, and volunteered to go to Afghanistan in 2012 and 13, which brings me to why I'm running now. Back in August, I reached out to some of my friends in Afghanistan and asked them how they were doing, if they were okay, and they were all running for their lives. One of my friends actually had to take his daughter out of school because they were hunting down all the children in the school to kill every last one of them. He said, "Can you do anything to help?" I was like, "Well, I'm not even in the military anymore. What can I possibly do?" So I started calling all the politicians that I knew, and politician after politician gave me paperwork to fill out. People's lives are on the line, and they give me paperwork to fill out. So I connected with some of my friends in Special Operations Command and through agencies that don't like to be named, and we managed to smuggle them out. They were the very last 3 families to get pulled in before the bomb attack happened at Abbey Gate in Kabul. Managed to get 3 men, 3 women, one of whom was 7 months pregnant, and 10 children smuggled out. When after the dust cleared on that, I had some time to think, I was angry. So I called my friends that I had in politics and said, I want to do something about this to make sure this never happens again in our country. So I announced that I'm running for U.S. Congress. Make sure that this never happens again so I can look Joe Biden in the eye and ask him why he sentenced all of my friends to die.
I want to first off say, thank you for everyone coming tonight. When I was in the foyer earlier, just the energy there, to me, smelled like change. And that is exactly what we need with the sick policies that are coming out of Washington, D.C. I am Nathan Davis, the America First conservative fighter running in this race. I've had some people look at the race and they said that I am the based candidate in Texas 32. We are running on 10 specific issues. You can check them out. My website is nathandavistx.com. Every single one of them are crafted with one goal in mind, and that is to benefit the American family. I am a businessman. I'm not a politician. I come from the investment industry. I've done it my whole life. I'm an ex-private equity executive, and a couple of years ago, I started my own small C-suite consulting business. The reason that I am running is because in 2020, as the country was being burned to the ground, the Republican Party at the federal level was nowhere to be found. We need spine in Washington, D.C. I was born and raised in this country. I bleed red, white, and blue. We are under a political civil war, whether you like it or not. What we need in Washington, D.C. is fighters and lions, not rhinos. Thank you.
Good evening. Thank you for coming. You had other things to do, but you chose to be here because you believe in America and you believe in the Republican Party. You know, being a black guy born outside of this country, I came here in the 80s. People always say, are you a Democrat? I said, no, I like the elephant better than the donkey. So that is why, ever since I've been in America, in Dallas, Texas, I've lived in the same zip code, I've maintained the same telephone number, I still drive the same car that I bought in 1987. You're talking about being frugal and conservative, it is me. I know how to watch the money. The reason I'm running is, you know, I had an opportunity. I was a privileged kid. My father was a chief in Nigeria. I didn't have to leave. But when I was 13 years old, I said to myself, I said to God, before I die, I want to come through America. And here I am. I want to serve. I know what it takes to get things done. I have been self-employed for the past 30 years. Somebody who came in the industry that is very difficult to get into. So I'm the only one who's going to make Colin Allred see all red in November. Thank you.